So I feel called to, talk about this. And trigger warning, this is about I don't know a safe way to say unaliving yourself. So I've spent most of my life probably thinking about that. And it's not something I ever wanted to admit because I don't know, it's fucking weird. Y'all gotta excuse me. I've never cried on the internet before. I don't want to start now. Okay, so most of my life I have had issues with that, right? It probably started when I was a teenager, and I've had more attempts than I'd like to, I guess, uh, admit. So when I was younger, when I would basically fantasize about that, because I didn't want to be where I was, right? I didn't feel like I had anybody. I didn't feel like anybody cared about me. I had a big family, but it was a very unloving environment. Excuse me. It was a very unloving environment. So I would fantasize about it until I got, I guess, the audacity to do it. And I probably then would have attempted a good handful of times. Why they were unsuccessful, I guess, doesn't fucking matter. But I'm finally at a place in my life, and I'm not saying it's like literally just now. I guess when I hit 30, I finally got into a place in my life where the only thing that it made me happier than the ideal. So I've gotten to a place in my life where I knew that the only thing that could make me happier than the ideal of not being somewhere where I didn't feel wanted was to be okay with me. Like, being okay within myself. Healing. It started off with me seeking, I suppose, the truth of what life is, what life is meant to be, what's my purpose. And then that went into me kind of having this spiritual awakening. And then that led into me wanting to heal myself mentally and physically and all that stuff. But the only thing that made me happier than the ideal of leaving was the ideal of staying and healing and growing. And if you could identify with my story, because if you can identify with my story, you know it's not any joke to constantly want to, but you have responsibilities, and those responsibilities keep you. And, you're worried about the guilt or the shame. And if you grew up with religious people, then you're worried about going to hell. But the fact that you attempt anyways, it kind of means like you're willing to say F everything or whatever that comes afterwards, because that's how much you don't want to be here. So if you identify with my story and you have finally come to a place in your life where you're happy, where you're genuinely happy with you're genuinely happy with life, you're in love with life, and you're at a point where just nothing can fucking pull you down. I beg of you, don't let anything fucking pull you back down. Don't let anything pull you back to a place where you don't want to be, where you're meant to be. God didn't bring us here so these people can fucking punch on us and then have us constantly not wanting to be here. There's so many plethora of people who look at me as if I'm some arrogant bitch, but they have no idea how much I don't want to fucking be here. So it's not, I don't want to be here so I can, fuck you and you and drama, and I don't give a fuck about that. I am just genuinely excited about life, and I'll be damned if I got to a point where I, with all my motherfucking attempts, don't want to leave. I am genuinely happy to be here. I feel like one of those people, people say, oh, I've got something to live for. I've never felt like that in my entire life. Not with any sort of goals reached, not children, not relationships, not family. Me, I am genuinely happy to be here because of me. If that makes me look arrogant, then arrogant I'll be. Like, fuck. I'm just saying. Be unconditionally loving, because honestly, that helps to not really, when you're vibing in unconditional love, it helps you to not look at people like these fucking horrible pieces of shit that are constantly shitting on your life, and woe is me, and why does this always happen to me? And it helps to not look at things like that when you just vibing unconditionally. Like I said, like I keep saying, let people be who they are. If you're constantly growing and these people don't grow, they're going to fall away anyways. You're not going to stay in the same place forever because you're constantly growing. You're not going to stay in the same fucking apartment or house or job or location because you're constantly growing. As long as you are growing to the person that you want to be, these people are going to fall away. It would be like, oh, I'm starting a new job tomorrow. If anybody at my motherfucking job got a problem with me, they will never see me again. Oh, I hate this city because it's too fucking hot. I move somewhere cold. I don't never have to worry about fucking 125-degree weather again. I can easily remove myself from places and people and spaces. And so can everybody else. Do what makes you happy. Because that subject is so fucking touchy to me, because I know people who've been there. I know people who've taken the plunge. I've known people have watched me. People have watched me and were not going to help me. They were not going to stop me. They didn't stop me. It is by the grace of God that I would be even still be alive today. But they wouldn't stop. I've had people hand me knives and be like, do it. Do not let these people take your life away from you, because even if they know that about you, they'll even try to press you more so you will do it. And they'll be the very freaking people at your funeral crying the loudest, talking about some, I loved her. Fuck these people. Put you first. 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 The other people, if they're meant to be, they'll be. If they're not, hey, blessings to you.